laughing. But so I asked my husband and my daughter, I'm like, okay, how should I start my little thing today? And I'm like, gotta say something funny. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, but wait, Mom, you're not funny. And so I was like, you're right. I'm married into funny. I'm not funny. My husband is funny, and my kids have picked up on that. So I'm sorry that I'm not funny. But wait, I'll do my best. So, okay, all right, we'll just get through. Okay, so I'm going to show a little quick video. What I can do. All right, so we'll forget the slides. So, who believes in the power of one here? Power of one. Power of one person to affect change. Okay. I hope you all believe in the power of one. If you don't, oh, it is working. Okay, well, that video, go back to the slides. If you don't believe in the power of one, guess what? You're not going to find your voice. You're not really going to make a difference. You've got to believe that first. So if you believe that, then that's your first start. So now, one thing that I want to point out to you is that my sister posted on my Facebook something. She said, as a political activist, and then she went on to tell me basically what I was doing wrong, right? So, but I stopped and I was like, wait, I'm a political activist? I've never been a political activist. Why would you think I'm a political activist, you know? And then I started to look through my Facebook, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe she's right. I am trying to make a difference, and I do want good government, and I want people to do things. So I have written a number of letters to the editors. I've been in several printed things, the Huffington Post. I did a little BBC interview. And I was with the other Nick Mullen campaign. That was my kind of start to, when I found out that Trump was a Republican nominee, I was going to believe it. I felt sick to my stomach. I mean, it was a full body experience. Yeah. We won't go there because we're not going to talk about that. But that's where that's when I became really active. I mean, I've always voted. I've always been to the caucus meetings. I've always done my part, my research. I've been Republican for 25 plus years, but I haven't always voted Republican. I have voted for Democratic candidates before, and for issues that that tend to be more on the left side of the spectrum. But recently, I've decided I can't affiliate with that party, so I'm now independent. Don't have a political home, I guess. But what I want you to do right now, for just a second, is Brené Brown, she talks about vulnerability. You guys know Brené Brown? So being vulnerable allows you to have the courage and the starting point to really know who you are. So just for a minute, I just want you to think back to yourself as an 8 or 9-year-old kid. So you might be, walking the halls of the school. You might be playing with your dog or your cat. Maybe you're watching the rain drip down the window. Okay, just see that 8 or 9-year-old kid and love her or love him and realize, gosh, life is hard sometimes. It was hard. But really love that child. And when you're in that place, you can kind of see that what you have inside of you continues throughout your whole life. That makes sense. I mean, you're not that late 8 or 9-year-old kid anymore. It's still you. It's still there. So now that you're in a place of self-acceptance and kind of that vulnerable spot, I want to have you guys do a quick little exercise. So take your pen and just make a little quick chart here. And I want you to write down these 3 things. So you're going to write down what you hold dear. So you might go right here, what you hold dear. And then next you're going to write what brings you joy. And then you're going to write what is your core or your mantra. Okay, and I'll repeat that. So first, what do you hold dear? What brings you joy? And what is your core or your mantra? What you say. So it's like your theme song. Okay, and under each of those, I want you to just jot down a few things. And one thing I'll tell you about myself is one thing that I hold really dear is my independence. If anybody tells me what I'm supposed to do, I just immediately recoil at it. I do. So it doesn't, I don't want just Sunday school answers, okay, you guys? I want, what do you hold dear? And maybe it's a Diet Coke, I don't know. But just whatever is just important to you. You make sure you guard it, if that makes sense. And it might be your kids, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's your car, I don't know. Something you hold dear, write it down there. Okay, and then what brings you joy? And this is on a daily basis. We're not thinking eternally even, we're just thinking on a daily basis. So what brings you joy? Like, I love snuggling with my little boys. I've got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I just love to snuggle with them. That brings me really good joy, great joy. I like to go on a walk with my husband. That brings me joy. So just little things, just write something down. Okay, now what is your core? What is your mantra? All right, anybody want to share?
So, like, what's an actual mantra you
Oh,
tell yourself, or do you like?
so one person can change the world. You know, that's one. Everybody is equal. Every perception has value. You know, that sort of a thing that you kind of speak from. If that makes sense. That you realize that you're doing this. You kind of have this theme song going on in your life. That you've seen it maybe throughout your life, even when you were a kid. Maybe you stuck up for the little guy. I don't know. What kind of your core? Okay, does anybody want to share?
Since I invited you, I've got to support you.
Right?
So I hold my family dear. I have 4 kids and my daughter's lesbian. And what brings me joy? I love outdoors. I love exercise. I love it. And I love learning. I love reading. And I put for my core we can change, because I think that's such an important part of life.
It is. And I love that Sashika mentioned that change and this church, it better be going on, right? Or what are we doing? Okay, anybody else? Oh, very good. You have to write slides.
I'll share.
Okay.
What I hold dear is definitely my family and just my personality being silly and crazy sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
What brings me joy is cooking and baking. If I'm bored, if I want to do something, that's what I do.
Nice.
And thinking back to my 8-year-old self, my core, my mantra, something I tell my 4-year-old nowadays is people come in all different shapes and sizes. And when I was in 3rd grade, someone's birthday, we'd outline them and write nice words about them. And I'd always say, unique, they're unique. And so I feel like we're all unique, but we all have
So
something
you see
together.
the uniqueness.
Yeah.
Cool. That's beautiful. Yeah.
What do you hold dear? My family. You know, they're always top of my list. What brings me joy? My sewing.
Nice.
My core value? What's next?
I'm adventurer.
He's all, yeah.
That drives me crazy sometimes.
I'll share. I have let's see. What I hold dear, my testimony and my talents. What brings me joy, my family, knowing God loves me, and of course some good music. What is my core or mantra? Always looking out for the underdogs and always standing up for women.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, great. Okay, that's great. Okay, we're gonna go. Let's see. Do you not gonna make it keep over?
Oh, I think you're actually in the presentation here, sorry. I just found it in the order.
Yeah. Let's try that. And that's the flip over.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, now let's go what fires you up. Quick. Throw some out. Say? Injustice? Come on, you guys. Show me that you're left, people. That's what I see. I mean, I'm like, the Republicans and the conservatives are like, well, you know, and the left are like,
Titles.
okay, people acting entitled. Ooh, that's coming from the left side, right? Republicans would be surprised to hear that.
Intolerance.
Intolerance, okay.
Mansplaining.
Mansplaining. Anybody else?
Immigration issues.
Immigration issues. Yeah, big topic right now.
Access to healthcare.
Access to healthcare, wonderful. Okay.
Education.
Education, beautiful. All right. All right, so your next step, you take those two parts, you write your story, you guys. That is the most important thing you can do, is write your story, okay? You take what you hold dear, what brings you joy, and what your mantra is, your core is, and then you take what fires you up and you write it, okay? You bring those together. And I gotta say really quick, if what fires you up doesn't match with your core, with what you hold dear, your voice isn't gonna get heard. Your voice has to come from your heart, okay? And if it doesn't match your heart, it's not gonna get heard. It's gonna squeak, or it's gonna be shrill. It needs to come from your heart. It's got to match you, okay? All right. So you do this in your journal, do this in quiet time. Okay, Sharon Eubanks, being articulate means to clearly express how you feel about something, okay? She just gave that talk last October. All right, where are you when you're communicating with people? Are you on the computer? I'm an introvert. This sort of thing really throws me. I'm not a DJ. Okay, so, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter. I get really riled up on Twitter. Anyway, I don't go to rallies. I've been to one, and I organized one. I almost made it to a march, you guys. I almost made it, and I was too late. Maybe you're out and you're actually helping with, politicians and helping them with their campaigns. I don't know. Maybe you like to be in group settings and communicating. Maybe you like to be the person behind the bullhorn. Or maybe you like to talk to people one-on-one. You need to figure out where you like to be, where you like to communicate, okay? I like the computer. I like hiding behind the screen. I like to write letters to the editor. I have a picture at the beginning. I recently wrote about a caucus chairperson up in Davis County who basically said only heads of households should vote, and so I had to write me. Yeah, that was stupid.
Oh, yes.
But you guys, the problem with that is, it's a common thing, okay? It really is. It sounds crazy, but there is a real strong backing behind that, so I had to combat that. You're confused. We'll have to talk later about it. It's there. My husband even explained it all to me, and I'm like, wait, what side are you on here? We need to have a talk. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so you might be a little bit nervous about how you'll be received, how your story will be received, right? You guys, I put some pictures up on the screen. This is cute. And I asked my kids, my little boys, hey, what makes you laugh? And this one by far made me laugh. Okay. All right, so Jessica Priest, she's a and who knows her? Who knows of her name? Jessica Priest, okay. She's fabulous. You should read her writings. So, cynicism. You guys, we all have to be really careful about cynicism, every one of us. So she says, I would like to call out cynicism for what it is. It's lazy, selfish, and dangerous. If we are going to be people of faith, hope, and charity, we must reject cynicism because it is a direct pathway to apathy and enmity. And apathy and enmity are so rampant today, you guys. The tribalism, that's a whole nother thing, but just be aware. All right, when you're in amongst people, and you're talking and you're communicating on Facebook and stuff, you have got to find time to go to your mountain, whatever that is. It's probably a symbolic mountain, or maybe it's a real one, they're real close. So, I have to say, Shashika, I knew my second date that I could marry my husband. I was just like, okay, Father, are you going to let him know that too? I knew. I was like, and I was older than him too. Okay, so go to your mountain. You've got to have that quiet time. I'm going to catch up here with my finger. Okay. Okay, this is from President Nelson. Sisters, do you realize the breadth and scope of your influence when you speak those things that come to your heart and mind as directed by the Spirit? We need your strength, your conversion, your conviction, your ability to lead, your wisdom, and your voices. And we do. We really do. Okay, Holly Richardson. Guys, did you know I'm second choice? Today I'm second choice. Holly was first choice, and she's off helping refugees. So see why she was first choice? She's amazing. So she says, here's to strong women. May we know them, may we be them, may we raise them. Who agrees? Me. We need more women in politics. I'm going to add one more thing. So women in politics, we're more collaborative. What else are we? What do you think? Anybody?
Well, we're a big part of the population.
Big, we're representative, yes. Anybody else?
Well, in microeconomics, they say that the women are better at thinking about the group as a whole rather than just their own.
Software developers, women software developers can do what men can't. They can think about the whole problem and they can create software that men cannot. Because they just can't do it all in their mind. So really, women in government, it's a similar thing. You can really think about a lot of issues and you can collaborate. And women lead with the group. Men tend to lead ahead of. Okay, that's just kind of the nature, and both are needed, but we tend to lead with the group. We also tend to empower others. And this is not just me thinking up these ideas. Jessica Priest has studied this, and Holly Richardson has looked at things, and it's true. So we need more women in politics. And Utah, guys, Utah is really behind. Okay, I don't know if you knew that, but we're really behind in women in politics.
No.
Oh, okay, you're telling me. Okay, all right. I'm going to read you a poem, The Man in the Arena, or The Woman in the Arena. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who never knew victory nor defeat. I love that one. All right. All I was doing was trying to get home from work, right? That's what she said. But she would also like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free so other people would also be free. She was just living her life, you guys. You're each just living your lives. There are things you can do while you're living that life to really make a difference. Okay, so you stand at a platform. You see lots of, pseudo trains going by, lots of causes, lots of things. At some point, you've got to decide which train you want to board. You really do. You've got to get behind something and speak out. Oops. So I encourage you to take that step and start your journey. And I'm going to see if this video will play, and if it doesn't, that's okay. Now how do you go off? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, this is, yeah. I'll play this, but this isn't what I wanted. But this is my documentary that I was in. Sorry, you can't hear me.
Learning about politics. One of my favorite things to do in my spare time is playing a home game where you have to gerrymander certain districts.
I don't know if you heard that. So, we were just driving in the car. This is my friend. She's on the autism spectrum, Asperger's, I think they call it now. She's amazing, guys. She has a voice, and I was so glad that they captured her on this film that's seen by many, many people. And she plays a game on gerrymandering, like gerrymandering districts, and she thinks it's fun, and she gets it. And I'm excited for her. Life is hard for her, though. It's really hard. And one thing with women in politics, it is harder. Now, I would have never voted for Hillary Clinton, but I will tell you, I looked at what she was facing, and it was a different thing than a man faces. She really, the death threats, I talked with her, one of her campaign video managers, because she was also in this film. It is different. We need to not just say, hey, yeah, you should run for office, good luck. No, we have to get behind them and really help them and support them. And fight the people who are fighting them, help fight those battles. Because it was a different, the way they talked about her, anyway, we won't go there either.
What's that film called?
So this is 11/8/16, so it's a film documentary about 11/8/16. And it's not as bad as you think it might be, just saying. You don't really see the candidates, it's just about people who are supporting candidates. And for all us Mormon people, there's a nice surprise at the end that I'm really proud about. So if you do watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about, but there's a beautiful picture. Okay, so yeah, how do I go back to it then? So there's another video, and I'm not going to play it because the sound is bad. So who's seen The Greatest Showman? Okay. All right, who's seen the little, it was on Facebook, the little video of the woman who sings, I forget the name of the song. This Is Me. Okay, who's seen that? Okay, if you have not seen it, see it. It's beautiful, beautiful song. And the little video on Facebook that shows the pre-recording, you know, and the director person is saying, you know, she won't even step out behind this music stand. And I was like, you gotta get out from behind the music stand. And she does, and it's beautiful. And I don't know how many times I've watched it, but it makes me cry. Almost every time. It's beautiful. A heart-powered voice will be heard. You guys, even your sharpest critics will have their mouths shut when they realize that it comes from your heart. And if they know that it's an authentic heart and it's who you are, they cannot stop it. Okay? They will still criticize you. You know, some of my greatest critics are my neighbors that are wonderful neighbors. And you might, you know, may find that as well. But those same people, they still recognize what I'm doing, and they're like, Celene, you have such a great heart, you know, might be a little bit off, but you know, you have such a good heart, and they, you know, once in a while try and convince me to look at doing something else or getting behind something else. But it's really true. A heart-powered voice is heard. So I will hope you will power your heart with what is in your core, what brings you joy, what your mantra is. Power it with that. And my last slide. Okay, it's great to be heard by a lot of people, right? But when you feel like God has spoken to you, and that you have heard him, and that you have done his work, that you are his hands, there is no greater joy. There is no greater peace. So just remember that. You can have that serenity of mind and that realization that you've done God's work and that you've spoken like he wanted you to speak. And the change that you can affect will be